There comes a time when exhaustion feels like more than just being tired. It is not only in your body, but in your heart, your mind, and even in your spirit. When you live under the shadow of a narcissistic woman, something inside you begins to fade. You start questioning your worth, your memories, and your sanity. The most painful moments are not always the shouting or the obvious insults. What cuts deeper are the quiet manipulations, the way blame is shifted, the way charm suddenly turns to cruelty when no one else is watching. This video is for those who have been made to feel invisible, small, or crazy in the presence of a woman who seems confident on the surface, but hides a fragile fear of being ordinary. It is not just about dealing with difficult people. It is about reclaiming your peace and your voice after being emotionally hijacked. Before diving deeper, a quick introduction. This channel, Emotional Soulmate, is a space dedicated to understanding narcissism and emotional abuse. Every video is created to bring clarity, healing, and empowerment to those who have felt trapped in toxic dynamics. If you have ever struggled to make sense of someone's manipulations, you are in the right place. Stay until the end, because what you are about to learn could shift how you see yourself and how you handle these situations forever. The cage you never saw being built. A narcissistic woman constructs her world around control. Every conversation, every gesture, every silence is carefully woven to keep you disoriented. Apologies become tools, not gifts. Affection feels like something you must earn. You are left with the constant pressure to prove you are worthy of even the simplest kindness. Her deepest fear is not that you will leave. Her deepest fear is that you will see through her mask. Exposure terrifies her. The thought that someone might realize how fragile she really is drives her cruelty. That is why your pain is ignored. That is why your voice is silenced. You are not seen as a human being. You are cast into a role she has already written, expected to perform without resistance. Trying harder never works. Arguing never works. Explaining never works. In her story, she will always be the victim, the hero, or the judge, and you will always be wrong. The only path forward is not outsmarting her, but refusing to play the game at all. Why words become shields. Words carry energy. In the hands of a narcissistic woman, words can wound, confuse, and twist reality until you no longer know what is true. But in your hands, words can become shields, not weapons to attack, but shields to protect your peace. The key is not to fight with fire, but to step outside the flames. The right phrases do not feed the drama, they end it. They are calm, steady interruptions that pull back the curtain on manipulation. They do not scream for attention. They quietly return the power to you. What follows are 7 phrases that can interrupt her control and restore your strength. They are not meant to provoke. They are meant to free you. Phrase 1. Recognition without fear. I see what is happening. This phrase is not an accusation. It is an interruption. It brings light into the shadows. A narcissistic woman thrives on the illusion that her games remain hidden. When you calmly state that you recognize what is happening, the mask slips. The performance is no longer convincing. This statement ends the illusion that you are still trapped in her spell. It does not invite debate. It does not leave room for denial. The silence that follows is often the loudest rejection of her power. Phrase 2. Breaking the chain of guilt. That is not mine to carry. Guilt is her favorite tool. She hands you her rage, her insecurities, her shame, and then blames you when it explodes. For too long, you may have felt like you had to clean up her emotional mess. But responsibility is not transferable. Her pain is not your fault, and it is not your burden. This phrase draws the line. It separates empathy from enmeshment. It teaches you that boundaries are not cold. They are freedom. Phrase 3. Demanding respect without asking. Respect is non-negotiable. There is a point when you stop tolerating disrespect and start declaring your worth. This phrase is not about asking her to change. It is about setting a standard for yourself. A narcissistic woman will constantly test how much you are willing to endure. Every insult, every passive-aggressive comment is a probe. Will you flinch? Will you shrink? But this phrase ends the game. It does not escalate, and it does not explain. It simply declares the truth. Respect is the bare minimum. If she cannot meet it, she loses access to you. Phrase 4. Returning emotional chaos. Your emotions belong to you. When you stop absorbing her storms, you stop being controlled by them. This phrase does not deny compassion. It simply puts ownership back where it belongs. She expects you to predict her moods, prevent her explosions, and cushion her insecurity. You have been trained to live in constant readiness. But you are not her mirror. You are not her container. You are a person. Her emotions are hers alone to manage. Phrase 5. Reclaiming autonomy. No explanation is required. Endless explanations are traps. They are not about understanding. They are about control. The more you try to justify yourself, the more ammunition she gathers. Your honesty becomes fuel for her manipulation. This phrase reclaims your right to make choices without permission. It affirms your autonomy. It cuts the cord of justification. Without your explanations, she loses access to your mind. Phrase 6. Ending the loop. This discussion is finished. Narcissistic women do not argue to resolve. They argue to exhaust. Every discussion becomes a loop designed to break you down. You repeat yourself. You beg to be heard. You try to stay calm while she provokes you further. You lose energy. She gains control. But this phrase breaks the loop. It is not retreat. It is exit. It says there is no longer an audience for her performance. Your time and attention are no longer for her to consume. Phrase 7. Taking back your worth. Your opinion does not define me. Her control depends on your need for her approval. If you care what she thinks, she can shape your choices. If you fear her rejection, she can shape your identity. This phrase severs that connection. It is not arrogance. It is freedom. When her opinion no longer dictates your self-worth, her grip dissolves. You stop dancing for validation. You stop shrinking for acceptance. You begin to become whole again. The backlash. You must expect. Setting boundaries with a narcissistic woman often brings a storm. She does not give up control quietly. She may explode with rage, play the victim, smear your name, or suddenly shower you with affection to pull you back in. This is called an extinction burst, a desperate attempt to regain control when old tactics no longer work. It will feel intense. It will feel unfair. But it is proof that you have reclaimed something vital, your independence. And like any storm, it will pass. The key is consistency. No backpedaling, no over-explaining, no re-entering the tug-of-war. The life that awaits beyond control. When the fog lifts, guilt begins to fade. You realize how much of yourself you buried just to keep the peace, how many opinions you silenced, how many red flags you ignored. Slowly, your own voice returns. You begin to recognize love that does not demand fear. You learn to trust your intuition again. You stop justifying your boundaries and start living them. Some people will leave. Those who benefited from your silence may resent your strength. Let them go, because in their place, new people will arrive. Those who see you, respect you, and love you without conditions. Escaping the grip of a narcissistic woman does not just free you from manipulation. It creates a new standard for every relationship that comes after. Your voice is enough. There are no perfect words. No phrase can guarantee safety. But spoken with calm conviction, these 7 statements can break years of silence and control. They are not swords to wound. They are shields of truth. And in the end, that is what a narcissistic woman fears the most, the unwavering truth she cannot rewrite. That truth is you, and it is more than enough. If this message has resonated, share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might be the light someone else desperately needs. And, as always, because YouTube's algorithm tends to favor videos with strong engagement, if you feel this video has brought you value, a simple like and a quick subscribe would mean so much. It not only helps this message reach more people who need it, but also ensures you will never miss the next video that could make a difference in your journey. Thanks all.